Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of TA and Chill. No hype, no nonsense, just brutal truth, even if nobody wants to hear it. So anyway, just a really quick video today. It won't be another 30-minute marathon, I promise. So I'm sure everybody's noticed the crypto dump um, that's been going on over the weekend. I wasn't particularly surprised at it, and I will show you why in a moment. Um, but I would like to address some of the questions around whether this is just a quick correction and, are we still bullish? And what this kind of means for probably the whole crypto market going forward, because when Bitcoin catches a cold, then the rest of the market, gets it a lot worse. So let's move on to the charts really quickly, and we'll just take a look at what the situation is with Bitcoin. So I've got Bitcoin on the weekly chart here. Um, Pretty strong uptrend overall. I don't think there's any denying that. But let's zoom in here and make a couple of observations. So these are the Bollinger Bands, which I hope you are familiar with. If you're not, you should definitely try them out. They're very useful. They measure volatility, and you could see that volatility squeezing in towards the end of September there, and being released into this last major upswing here. And if you see the step line that I have on here, this is RSI bands. It's so I can paint RSI directly onto the chart. It's set to 55, so when price action is above the step line, uh, the RSI is above 55 and therefore bullish. So if it's above that, it's a good sign. If it's below, it's a bad sign. So in this example, price action is, this is on, as I say, on the weekly chart, 1 day, 6 hours left, but it does look like Bitcoin is crossing the center line of the Bollinger Bands here, which is a key moving average, and is below this 55 RSI. And I think you'll notice if you kind of scan back that this is fairly significant, and it does tend to herald a pretty um, serious correction there. So let's take that off for a moment and let's look at the indicators. So this is kind of what drove me to make this video. And I was looking at the RSI here, and this has been on the cards for a while now, but it's not been quite as strong as this. Um, but if you look here on the DMI and you see the DI negative, the pink line, so that's the negative trend, the sell trend, and the DI positive in the lime green here, you'll see that there's been a very strong cross on the weekly chart, combined with very low overall average directional trend. That's ADX, which is this blue line here. So this this bull trend, this price increase has actually been getting, it's divergent. I mean, the trend is obviously upwards, but at the same time, the trend is getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker here. And this trend change comes at a very significant level, and it is different to previous negative crosses that we've had on Bitcoin. Um, you'd have to go quite a long way back, perhaps as far as, well, March 2020 and November 2018 there. And what I mean by that is that the negative trend, or the negative cross here, is happening at the exact number is 23.6. That's the level at which a trend is considered to be validated. Um, and when you combine that with the very, very, very weak trend, all that has to happen now is for volatility to increase slightly, and like a runaway freight train, DI negative, so the negative trend, the sell pressure will be rocketing up, very, very strong. I would anticipate something close to 40 here, like in 2020, 2018. Um, where could that take you to on the charts? Um, Potentially 30,000. Um, let's turn on some. Let's take a look at the harmonics on it. Okay, so harmonics wise, nothing there. Let's go down to the daily. Yeah, in trade. Okay, so these are valid targets. Um, yeah, 47k was the level that I was anticipating, and we've wicked through that. So shorts will be very happy today. And this negative trend does look a little bit extended on the daily, so you could expect like a temporary bounce from this. But the overall picture is pretty ugly here, and especially if we look at the MACD. I mean, the trend's been weakening for 2 or 3 weeks really already. You can see it on the volume supported linear regression trend here. Very, very anemic trend, and the MACD is fading very hard there. Um, let's check it out on Ichimoku. So Ichi wise, the top of the cloud would be at about 44, 45k. So it's a pretty good place for Bitcoin to potentially just rest if this isn't a serious correction. The issue that I have here is that the lagging span, so I guess you could describe that as momentum, is crisscrossing and getting all congested with price action. So if you consider the lagging span as being either momentum or memory of the market, you can see that price action is encountering resistance um, with previous price levels. And if we look at this on the daily, we've had a very significant um, exit we've had a death cross, days ago on November 17th. I was warning about it on November 12th. Um, You've had that death cross there. The lagging span has validated this move as not a fake out. This is a deeper correction. And whilst it has wicked down to those harmonic targets, I think it's pretty unlikely to stop there, especially as you can see the forward Kumo here is also pointing down quite sharply. So that's it, guys. Just a really quick video for you today. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find it helpful, and very keen to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you like it, leave a like. If you dislike it, leave a dislike, and I'll talk to you guys later.